When was the last time you said yes to something and immediately felt a quiet sense of regret? When was the last time your calendar was so full that you had no time for the things that actually matter most to you? When was the last time you felt genuinely in control of where your time, your energy, and your attention were going? For most people, that feeling of control is something they vaguely remember from a simpler time. Welcome to Book Essence, where we unlock the essence of every book so you get the wisdom without spending weeks reading. Today, we are breaking down one of the most important books on focus, priorities, and intentional living, Essentialism by Greg McKeown. This book will change the way you think about what deserves your time and what does not. Let us unlock it. McKeown opens with a distinction that immediately makes you rethink everything. He describes two completely different ways of moving through life. The non-essentialist believes, I have to do everything. I can do everything. Everything is important. Saying yes keeps people happy. The essentialist believes, I choose to do this. Only a few things truly matter. I can do anything, but not everything. A deliberate no protects what matters most. The non-essentialist spreads themselves thin across dozens of commitments, projects, and obligations, and makes small, incremental progress in many directions. The essentialist focuses their best energy on the handful of things that matter most, and makes enormous progress in the directions that genuinely change their life and their work. McKeown says most people default to the non-essentialist life, not because they choose it deliberately, but because they never stop to question it. Every request feels urgent. Every opportunity seems valuable. Every yes feels like the polite, helpful, responsible thing to do. But the cumulative effect of 1,000 unreflective yeses is a life that belongs more to other people's agendas than to your own deepest priorities. Essentialism is the disciplined pursuit of less but better. Here is the foundational idea that everything else in this book builds on. You always have a choice. This sounds obvious, but McKeown argues that most people have forgotten it or never fully believed it. When we say, I have to do this, we give away the most powerful thing we possess, our sense of agency, our ownership of our own time. When we replace I have to with I choose to, something shifts fundamentally, even for obligations that are genuinely non-negotiable. I choose to fulfill this responsibility because I value what it represents. This shift from have to choose to is not just semantic, it's a complete change in how you relate to your own life. It's the difference between feeling like a victim of your schedule and feeling like the author of it. McKeown also introduces the concept of the paradox of choice. When we have too many options, when every door is open and every path seems possible, we become paralyzed. We make worse decisions. We feel less satisfied with the decisions we make. The essentialist deliberately narrows their options, not because they lack ambition, but because they understand that focus requires the courage to close doors. McKeown borrows a concept from the Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto, the Pareto principle. Roughly 80% of results come from 20% of efforts. In your work, 20% of your activities produce 80% of your meaningful output. In your relationships, a small number of people account for the vast majority of joy and support in your life. In your decisions, a handful of choices have far more impact than the hundreds of smaller ones you agonize over daily. The essentialist's job is to identify that vital 20% and protect it fiercely from the trivial 80%. McKeown gives practical guidance for how to do this. He recommends creating space, genuine, protected, quiet space, to think clearly about what actually matters. Not in the margins of a busy day, not while checking messages, but in deliberately created periods of stillness where you can hear your own thinking clearly enough to distinguish between what's genuinely important and what merely feels urgent. He also recommends keeping a journal, not to record everything, but to regularly review and identify the patterns of what truly brings you energy, meaning, and results. The essential is rarely obvious in the noise of a busy life. It reveals itself in the quiet. The Art of the Graceful No. This is the chapter most people say they needed to read years earlier. McKeown argues that the ability to say no clearly, kindly, and without guilt is one of the most important skills an essentialist must develop, because every yes is a no to something else. Every commitment you accept is time and energy taken from your highest priorities. Most people find saying no genuinely difficult. They fear disappointing others. They fear missing out. They fear being seen as unhelpful. McKeown says these fears are real, but they are manageable. He offers a powerful reframe. When you say no to a request, you're not rejecting the person making it, you're protecting something you've already said yes to. And he provides practical language for the graceful no, ways of declining that are honest and respectful without being cold or dismissive. The most important insight here is this: people who say yes to everything seem helpful on the surface, but they consistently underdeliver on everything because their attention is divided among too many commitments. People who say no to most things and yes to only the most important ones are the ones who actually deliver extraordinary results and earn the deepest respect in the process. Uncommit and edit. One of the most practically challenging ideas in this book is about what to do with commitments you've already made that you now recognize as non-essential. McKeown calls this uncommitting, and he identifies a powerful psychological barrier that prevents most people from doing it: the sunk cost fallacy. The sunk cost fallacy is the tendency to continue investing in something, time, money, energy, simply because you've already invested in it, even when it's clear that the investment is no longer worthwhile, even when continuing costs more than stopping. We stay in jobs we've outgrown. We continue projects that no longer serve us. We honor commitments that made sense last year but no longer align with who we are becoming. McKeown says the past investment is gone regardless. The only question is whether continuing to invest is the right decision today. He uses the metaphor of editing. A great editor doesn't just add, they ruthlessly remove everything that doesn't serve the essential purpose of the work. Your life is your greatest creative project. Edit it deliberately. Remove what no longer belongs. Protect the space for what does. The final vision McKeown paints is of what life actually feels like when essentialism is genuinely practiced, not just as a productivity strategy, but as a fundamental orientation toward living. The essentialist wakes up and knows exactly what their most important work is today. They're not overwhelmed by 100 competing demands because they have already made peace with what they're not going to do. They move through their day with a quality of presence that scattered, overcommitted people rarely experience, because their attention is not divided among 20 half-completed things. They feel genuinely in control of their own life, not because everything is easy, but because they're the ones making the choices about what deserves their energy. McKeown acknowledges that this is not simple to achieve. The pressure to do more, say yes to more, be available for more, is constant and cultural and deeply ingrained. But he says the alternative, a life of constant busyness that never touches what actually matters most, is a far greater loss than any opportunity ever declined. Less, but better. Always. Every day. Let's bring together the greatest lessons from essentialism. 1. The essentialist pursues less, but better. Not doing everything, doing the right things completely. 2. You always have a choice. Replace I have to with I choose to, and reclaim your own ownership of your own time. 3. 80% of results come from 20% of efforts. Identify the vital few, protect them fiercely. 4. Create space to think clearly. The essential is revealed in quiet, not in busyness. 5. Master the graceful no. Every yes is a no to something more important. Protect your highest priorities by declining everything else. 6. Uncommit ruthlessly. Sunk costs are gone. Edit your life deliberately. Remove what no longer belongs. Greg McKeown ends with a challenge that is both simple and profoundly demanding. If you don't prioritize your life, someone else will. Your time will be filled, your calendar will be full, your energy will be spent. The only question is, will it be spent on what you chose or on what others chose for you? That's the essence of essentialism, and that's what we do here at Book Essence. We take the world's most powerful books and unlock their wisdom so you can start living more intentionally today. If this video brought you value, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone's life needs a little more less. Every week on Book Essence, a new book, a new lesson, a new chance to grow. Until next time, keep reading, keep growing, and keep unlocking your essence. See you in the next one.